Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Asep Adrian. I am from class MN23G. I will presentation material entitled The Labor Market. Theory in discussion. First point, understanding the labor market. The labor market is a market that brings together sellers and buyers of labor. The sellers of labor in this market are job seekers, while the buyers are people or institutions who need labor. The labor market is organized with the aim of coordinating meeting between job seekers and people or institutions that need labor. In order to meet the company workforce needs, it it is feel that this market can provide and way out for companies fulfill it. In this way, it does not appear that only job seekers benefit from this market. To create synergistic condition between the two parties, namely between sellers and labor providers. Good cooperation is needed between all related parties, namely labor sellers, labor buyers, and the government. Labor market actors. To create synergistic condition between the two parties, namely between the sellers and labor providers, good cooperation between all parties is needed. Relates. Actors in the labor market include first, job seekers, that is, anyone looking for a good job because they are unemployed, drop out, and employment relation, or people who are already working but want to get a job prefer, 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 preferably in accordance with state education, talents, interests, and abilities through their job search activities. Second, job providers include individuals, entrepreneurs, legal entities, or other institutional bodies who employ workers by paying wage or salaries in return. Uh, Aing balikan deui. Third, in intermediary. Iya macana naon aing tuh. Third, intermediaries are media or institutions that bring together job seekers and job seekers' work. For example, employment agencies, job exchange, and headhunters, connecting job seekers with companies that need workers according to the required qualification. As a reward, headhunter will get percentage of salary of the person here or commission from the company. Third point, types of labor market. The labor market is divided into four types. Here are some of them. First, based on priorities. Primary labor market. The main labor market is a market that offers position with high levels of wage or salaries, good workers, and stable condition. Market this can be found is business sector that are capital intensive. Secondly, labor market. The secondly, work workforce is a market that offer position with low level of wage or salary, less stable position, and less giving opportunities for employee career development. Usually, this can be seen in industry, restaurant, and hotel service, cashiers, and retail sales. Second, based on education. Educated labor market. The secondly, job market is market that offers job in need employees who are educate and have adequate skill. This market is normally needed in the formal business sector, for example, doctor, accountants, lawyers, and others. Un- Unskilled labor market. The uneducated labor market is one that offers jobs that do not prioritize education and certain special skills. This market usually found in the informal business sector. For example, hawkers, newspaper delivery people, and mechanized parking attendants, and so on. Third, based on the origin of the workforce. Internal and external labor market. The internal labor market is market the priorities ex, ex, existing employees to fill required job vacancies. This means related to giving promotion for the employed central. External External labor market is a market that welcomes outsiders to fill the required job vacancies. Domestic and foreign labor markets. The domestic labor market is the labor market that occur within the country. Overseas labor markets are labor markets that occur abroad. Indonesia, as a country with high population, approximately 220 million, with the large number of employed, uh, due, due to the prolonged economic crisis and giving rise to widespread incidents of layoffs. Cons- Concentration of employment relation, which are in their needs overseas labor market service. With this market, Indonesia can reduce the number of employment while increasing the country's foreign exchange. Based on strike and competition. Perfectly competitive labor market. In a perfectly competitive market, there are many companies. Therefore, workers can offer their service individually to companies' desire. In this market, each worker acts in their own interest and not establishing associations such as trade unions to represent interests together. In this market, the law of demand and the law of supply also apply as in market for goods and service. That means the labor wage, the more little demand for labor. Conversely, the lower labor wage increasing demand for labor. This also applies to supply, namely the higher the wage for labor, the greater the supply of labor. Conversely, the lower the wage, the lower the supply of labor. Monopoly labor market. In contrast to a perfectly competitive market, in this market, the entire workforce is a united unit force and interest by joining union or trade union laborer. Trade unions are tasked with repressing worker in demanding wage and facilities. Order facilities to companies to improve worker welfare. Because joining in one power, namely the trade union, the workers have monopoly right in selling or offering their energy. In a monopoly labor market, determinant wage level can be determined in the following way. First, demanding wage higher than the equilibrium wage. Second, limiting the supply of labor. Third, increase demand for labor. Labor market. A monopoly labor market occurs when there is only one in a particular area. Companies are willing to ask for workers, while the workers are not have organization such as trade unions. This means the company's strike is much more large then the workforce. As a result, wages are generally below wage equilibrium of or equilibrium wage. Bilateral monopoly labor markets. Bilateral monopoly labor markets occur when there are two opposing forces contradictory. The first strengths come from the workforce united in unions workers, and the second strength come from one company which is the only one companies that use labor. The union that provides labor of for works has the same strong position as the company that makes the request labor. So that a situation for mutual monopoly occurs, which is called monopoly bilateral. Impact of flexible labor markets. There is a dilemma in policy related to market flexibility. Low wage level and minimal job protection rules in a flexible market will have a positive impact in the form of additional job opportunities. The risk is that this threatens the lives of most workers. It would be better if a rigid labor market with various government regulation relatively protect workers' interests. Government regulates recruitment, minimum wage for layoffs, and job protection. However, this is considered to be burdensome for entrepreneurs. Worried employers have reduced the number of workers or relocates business to get around the high cost of labor. Job opportunities for male workers, female workers, adult workers, young workers, educated workers, less educated workers, blue-collar workers, full-time workers, and part-time workers decrease significantly with increase in the minimum wage. The exception in white collar workers. Every 10% increase in the minimum wage will actually increase job opportunities for white collar workers by 10%. Fifth point, labor market advantage and disadvantage. First, advantage of labor market. First, to help reduce unemployment. Second, to help job seekers and entrepreneurs or companies who need labor. Third, to increase the country foreign exchange. Fourth, to easily get information about good job vacancies within country or abroad. Fifth, to help quickly fill job position with suitable workforce with the abilities they have. Second, weakness of the labor market. First, the emergency of labor brokering activities. Second, the emergence of acts of fraud and violence against prospective workers. Next point, function and benefit of labor market. The labor market has a very broad function, both in the economic sector and other sectors, namely as follows. First, serve as a means of distributing labor. Second, serve as a means of obtaining information about employment. Third, serve as a means to bring together job seekers and people or institution request labor. Meanwhile, the existence of labor market provides a number of benefits, namely as follows. First, helping job seekers in finding work so they can reduce their income and unemployment. Second, helping people or institutions that need workers for obtain labor. Third, assist the government in overcoming employment problems. Conclusion. The labor market is all activities of actors to match job seekers with job vacancies or the process of placement and or employment relationship throughout the profession and placement of labor. The actors referred to here are entrepreneurs, job seekers, and third parties who help entrepreneurs and job seekers to be able to relate to each other.